Is cancer just bad luck? A recent study from Johns Hopkins claims that 2/3 of adult cancers are plain bad luck due to random mutations in the genes that occur during stem cell mutations.
That's a stretch. I mean, what happened 100 years ago? We didn't have all those bad mutations then due to the stem cell divisions?
And
No.
just bad luck?
Yeah, I mean, what these people have done is they've looked at a mathematical model and made projections, and of course they've gotten a lot of associations right, but they haven't got the meat right. It's just come out backwards. And there's been a lot of literature talking about why this article is just wrong.
Well, they also claim that only 1/3 are due to the environment and inherited genes. And they also claim that a poor lifestyle can add to bad luck.
Oh, come on. Bad luck because you eat a bad diet or you don't exercise or don't get enough sleep or under too much stress? Well, you may be unfortunate to have that, but you're in control of a lot of that, and I think it's important that we realize it and take responsibility for it.
So why do you think they're saying that? Because they don't understand it?
Well, I think these are people who are looking at a statistical model that maybe they're mathematicians, I don't know, but it just to me sounds ludicrous. And the conclusions they're making, of course, are skewed from what's been known for a long time about what causes cancer. I mean, the epigenetics we know is a huge factor.
And that we can change them.
Yes, we're in charge of that. Even our thoughts change our genes and our DNA. The DNA is not fixed, and this business about stem cells is new, and it's great that we're looking at that. Let's not get carried away.
We also know that some cancers just disappear on their own, and we know that we can change, like you said, we can change our genetics with a healthy lifestyle. Now, the Johns Hopkins researchers also said that early detection is more important than prevention. How can they say that?
Well, you can say what you want, but I mean, anybody who thinks that is just thinking strange thoughts, because isn't it better not to get cancer in the first place?
Than to detect it early when you have it already, when the
cat's
out of the bag?
And a lot of them have already metastasized. No, that logic makes very little sense.
So maybe what we should do is start out by talking about what a mutation is and why it occurs.
Well, DNA is really important for sure. And inherited genes, our genes that are inherited from our parents, do cause disease. And in some cases, there's not much we can do about it, particularly if they're dominant genes and they have a profound effect on our metabolism. But I would say maybe 2 or 3%, maybe 4%, something like that, of those kinds of genes are what we experience. And it's not like those genes are having an effect necessarily on us. They have to be triggered by something. If they're triggered by something in the environment, either a lifestyle or a chemical, we've got another 100,000 chemicals that have been put into the environment in the last 100 years. That's probably what's explaining the tremendous increase in the rate or incidence of cancer that we're seeing.
Well, the other thing that I was thinking of, too, is that when you tell people that their cancer is caused by bad luck, doesn't that make them feel more like a victim than to feel stronger like a survivor?
Absolutely. I think it's important that we do what we can and know that the bulk of the world's literature doesn't support what this article says. There's so many articles that talk about the effect of epigenetics or of other lifestyle factors or just stress. If we live a healthy lifestyle, the chances of anything going wrong are lessened immensely.
The body, mind, emotion, spirit, the whole person.
Absolutely. So if we look back in time and look at the incidence of cancer 100 years ago, it was a rare disease. Something's changed. We haven't had time for genetic mutations to have occurred that are going to make changes like that occur. So we have to look at something other than just our genes to explain what's happened, and I think we know.
Well, I think they're just looking at it in a very narrow way.
A narrow way. So let's not let mathematics, and models and theories take precedence in our thinking, particularly when it comes to causing cancer. Because if you do, might as well give up, because there's bad luck all over the place if you think that.